Hello, Outdoors here, Outdoors. Everything fishing, everything outdoors. And today I bring you a video that I've promised you for a while. And it's about this 35-liter Hidden Woodsman Deep Woods Ruck. I think I got that right. I'm going to tell you everything I love about the ruck. Something that I'm actually pretty disappointed about in the ruck. And we're going to go through the contents of it. I told you that I was going to show you what I'm going to be packing in this ruck, but I couldn't for the past couple days because most of my gear, a lot of my sleeping gear, was still at a camp that I had set up. So I tore that camp down, and I'm actually planning on going camping at the end of this week. We're looking at weather that's going to be better than last time. I made a huge mistake last time. I don't think I should have been out there in those winds. The next day when I came home, I found out that the winds were 35 to 45 miles an hour. And I know that's probably nothing for some people, but it was just a lot for me. So I can do snow, I can do rain, all that stuff is fine. But the wind, oh man, it was just a whole different monster. Get right into the video. But before we get into the video, I want to talk to you a little bit about my mentality on this kit. Please do not think that you have to go out and buy all this gear, that you have to go out and buy the gear that any YouTube personality tells you to buy. Everyone's different. More people are more bushcrafty. Some people are more through hikey. Some people go with their family a lot and have to accommodate for that. Everyone's different. So do I think you should watch all these videos? Yes. Do I think you should obtain all the knowledge you possibly can? Yes. But at the end of the day, you have to go out there and try this stuff. You have to go out there and use it and find out what works for you. I've tried a lot of things I thought was going to work for me because someone raved and ranted about it, and turns out I don't like it that much. So it didn't work for me. It doesn't mean it's a bad product. It just means it didn't work for me. Also, don't think you have to go out and buy a ton of crazy gear all at once. I used a lot of gear from the Walmart camping aisle for years, and as I progressed, I switched stuff out. Like just this season, I switched all my stainless steel stuff out to titanium, one piece at a time. You know, I switched. I had a cheap saw from Home Depot, and then I got this saw. I have a ton of axes, and then I got a nicer axe, nicer packs. One thing at a time. You know, I went pretty much by what was the most bulky, what was the heaviest, what was the thing that's most detrimental to my safety, stuff like that. I went in that order and I changed stuff out, and now I think I have a kit that is excellent for what I do, which I'm not going on long hikes into the locations, stuff like that. Just excellent for what I do. But with that being said, I hope you really enjoy the video. Let's talk about the bag. So here it is in all its glory. I did tell you guys that I was going to talk about the bag, but I do want to show it to you in the configuration that I'm going to be holding it when I go out. So if you can see, this bag is still pretty thin, which is a very important criteria that I look at when I look into a bag, because I've used the large Alice and I've used other bags that kind of like go out this way. They build in width instead of in height, and I've realized that that's just a recipe for breaking your back. So when I looked at this bag, it took me a while to choose. I looked at a lot of different companies, a lot of stuff that I wanted to choose the kit, because I knew the bag that I bought was going to be the last bag that I'm buying. I wasn't gonna, and believe me, I told my wife that, and I'm gonna stick to it, because thank you AIM, you let me buy this stuff, but this stuff is not cheap. So I really did a lot of research, and I made sure I loved what I bought. So, as you can see, I have the Haversack in the front. If you want to see what's in the Haversack and how I keep that, all you have to do is click the video in the description, and I'll show you everything in that. And this is how I'm going to keep it. The way I've done it is the Haversack has everything I would possibly need to go on a day hike. So if I'm going out for just the day, I can put a little bit of food in there, a little bit of coffee in there. It has everything I need in there to go on a day hike. And then the main pack, this pack, the backpack, is going to be specifically for when I'm going out for an overnighter or a couple days or something like that, a hunt, you know, some stuff like that. If I'm not going on an overnighter, if I'm gonna go out on a hunt, I could take extra gear in here with my haversack. The haversack's always gonna go, but this thing is optional. So just to get that out of the way, let's look at the pack itself, and then I'm gonna tell you everything I love about it and the one thing that really is a disappointment to me. So here we have the front of the pack, which we're just gonna unstrap it here. Up here, this is not gonna go with me every time I go. You've seen me use everything in this pack on the channel, outside in the field, in the past couple videos that I, winter camping videos that I did. You've seen me use everything in these packs except the packs. In here I have my Boreal. Up in the front, I have my axe, which this might not be the axe that I take. I might take a smaller hatchet. I might take a hand hatchet. I might take no axe at all. So that's that. Haversack, which we spoke about in the other video, and there's only one thing that has changed. Oh my lord, can I speak? There's only one thing that's changed in the haversack setup, and it's the Nalgene. So if you watch the haversack video after you watch this one, you're gonna see that I had a setup with a Nalgene and this Toaks pot. The reason why I changed that, and I ordered a canteen set. It has two titanium cups, and it has the canteen. The reason why I did that, first of all, was to, you know, lighten the load even more. Second was because this titanium cup, I've used it, I've had over 100 boils in this cup, easily. And look at the bottom of it. You know, it's brown. It just, there's nothing, but this cup looks brand new. So what I did is I just, you know, put my stove and my little isobutane back in here. And I know that my wife isn't gonna want to use the gear that's all sooty and all when she comes with me. So I'm just gonna give her this and let her put it in her pack, because I'm really trying to build a pack for my wife that she'll enjoy. So if you want me to do a video on that, the pack that I'm building for her, that'd be cool. It has all different gear. She's had nothing to do with it. I just built it for her just so she can be comfortable. So there's more likely of a chance for her to come out with me when I go. So I'm actually giving this one to her before I got it all sooted up. So that's what's changed. And when the canteen and the cups come in, I will do a video on those as well. So on top here, I just have a wool blanket. The wool blanket might not come with me every time. This is all susceptible to change. This can all change. So the wool blanket might not come with me every single time, but right now I have the wool blanket in there. Before I keep going into it, let's talk about what I'm disappointed with. So here's the pack here, and I want you guys to know I haven't even taken this on a trip yet. It's gonna take its first trip this weekend, but it's just been like, you know, in my house, you know, just, you know, floating around. I've been, you know, throwing stuff in there, seeing what fits and stuff like that. I've gotten 2 other things from Hidden Woodsman. If you've seen my other videos, I bought the haversack and I bought the tropical rucksack. I made a video on the tropical rucksack. I'll put that in the description as well. The tropical rucksack is perfect. Everything on it is perfect. After further examination of both the sacks, I found that the haversack and the tropical rucksack is perfect, but this one had a couple flaws. So first one that's gigantic to me, and that's actually a really big deal to me, is this. So if you see this, I hope you can see it. If you see this here, yeah, you can see it. Looks good. This stitch right here, it let go, and I haven't even used the pack. I haven't even really used the pack, and that stitch right there, yeah, I'm in focus. It just let go. I don't know if it was stitched too low. I'm not sure. This one here, after further examination, I've realized that this stitch here is a lot beefier than the one on the bottom. So, and if you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but It's kind of letting go even as I touch it. You know, see? Actually, it's just letting. I haven't even played with it, but if you can see, look how just weak that is. I'm barely, well, I'm gonna sew them anyway, but I'm barely applying pressure, and I can just pull this stitch out, barely applying any pressure. That's a perfect example. It gets a little tighter there, no pressure applied, and I just pulled that stitch out. So that's a pretty big flaw in this video. I mean, in this bag, which I was pretty disappointed in. But as you're gonna hear in the rest of the video, I'm very impressed with the bag. Other than that, I know everybody on YouTube really rants and raves about these products, and I do too. But I have to show you guys. It's just a mistake. I mean, I'm sure the guy's a great guy, but I'm sure the company's a great company, but it's a mistake, you know. And those stitches are very, very weak. And I never even messed with this one. And as you can see in the video right there, I was just kind of like applying a little bit of pressure, and it just came apart at the seams. So I'm actually happy that it happened at home before I used the bag, and not like in the in the field and something's compromised and I can't use it. And it's not because I was strapping certain things to it. I've had way cheaper bags and have strapped blankets, sleeping pads, all types of stuff like that. I've had way cheaper bags. I used a Teton 1400 Explorer or something like that. I used that thing for over a year, and that's back before I knew anything really. And I would take super heavy stuff, giant synthetic bags. I would put the giant synthetic bags on the top. I would, you know, strap everything to that thing, take my whole house with me, and you know that none of the clips, the straps, the stitches on that bag ever compromised. So am I bad mouthing this company? No, as you'll see when I keep talking about it, and as you'll see in my other two videos. But to you, my subscribers, I have to be honest, it's a little lacking. And as people who go out and take a lot of gear, you know, these things should be able to get wrenched on. I don't think there's any excuse that should happen. We should be able to wrench on our stuff, you know, especially like a backpack of this caliber. You know, after you pay for shipping and handling and tax, you're gonna be paying over $300 for this pack. So I don't think you should deal with that problem. I was gonna send it back, and to tell you to be honest, I think that if I were to go, I've spoke to Malcolm on Instagram once or twice. I don't know the guy, I know nothing about him, but he seems like a great character. He seems like a genuine character. I think if I were to contact him and show him this, that he would let me send it back and send me another one or repair it. But the repair is easy enough that I can just do it myself. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna send the pack back, have to wait to be repaired and get another one. I'm not gonna do all that. It's just easier for me to stitch it, but I mean to sew it. But what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna sew it here, and then I'm going to sew an X here, and I'm gonna do the same thing to this one now. That's something that I'm very disappointed about in this specific bag. But you know, if there's anything I have, it's grace. So I'm not tripping about it too much. I'm not mad about it or anything. It's just gonna take me probably 20 minutes because I'm not that great at sewing. I have to take my time. It's gonna take me about 20 minutes. I'm gonna have to sit down and really work on those. But let's keep going. As you can see, it builds this way instead of this way, which was why I bought it. I've just made in purchasing gear. I've been purchasing gear for a long time. I have a lot of it, and over time, using the gear, being out there, you realize little things that make a gigantic difference. And when I looked at this bag, I looked at everything on it, and I was like, everything on that bag is the way I want it. That looks like what I want. As well as I just loved the camo. I've never actually even seen this camo pattern. Pencott Green Zone it's called. It's a beautiful pattern. I did get a question about this, so I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on this. Here's my that fancy little pump that you saw me use in the last video pumps up my sleeping pad. This thing works great. I've used it twice so far. I've never charged it since I've got it, and I've used it twice. So they say if you pump your sleeping pad in the winter with your breath, it can diminish the R value. I've heard people say that that's absolutely false. It's not true, but you know, I don't know. I just got the pump. I think it was like 30 bucks. In here, I fit a pretty generous clothes bag, which in here it came. This bag is just a bag that came with some ratchet straps that I bought. And let me show you what I take for clothes. So I do take my base layer, which this is only for camping. I only use this for one thing. It always stays in the bag, and it is just a base top, and the top is it's from Target, and it's 88% polyester, 12% spandex. So there's no cotton in it. It feels really good. It has like that, you know that workout clothing feeling to it. A lot of people say, you know, don't wear cotton, all this stuff. I do wear cotton. You know, I just don't get wet. But you know, for your sleepwear, this stuff is really nice. So I got the top. So I got the top here, and then I have the bottoms that match, and they're great. And when I sleep in my sleeping bag, all I have on is these two things, and my socks. For socks, I have these socks that are just for camping. I actually got them this year, and they're great. They're the same socks I'm wearing right now. My feet are never cold when I'm wearing these socks. I did have problems when I was wearing my muck boots with just, you know, regular socks that I got, you know, regular work socks. I did have a problem. But when I do wear these are by Smart Wool. They're pricey. So I got 3 pairs of them, and I hope to not buy any wool socks for a very long time. But they're pricey. They're about 25 bucks a pair. But man, I was just having a really hard time keeping my feet warm when I was out there. So I didn't want to, you know, mess around with the sock thing. I have a towel. This towel is not used. It's just used to, like, you know, if I want to wash my face, put a little bit of water on my face, do something, and then dry it. I don't use this towel for anything else. This towel is mainly for, you know, hygiene. And I keep that in there. I have my toothbrush and my toothpaste. That moves around to different places in the bag. I have this that's made of the same material. I actually believe I got this at Walmart. I've had it for years, and I've used it 4 years. 4 years. This has been with me for a long time. Just kind of a, you know, like a head cover, a buff, if I get really cold. I never really have to put that on, but it's in there. A piece of cotton material, just cause. And then a cap. It's just, I'm not even sure what this cap is made of, to tell you the truth. But it's good. Oh, it's 100% polyester. So I try to stay away from cotton as much as I can, but you know, I'm not too crazy about it. I don't go too crazy about staying away from certain things. I do love wool, but you know, I just try my best. We'll just say that. I'm not too crazy about sticking to one specific thing. You know, I do go out with all types of different stuff, but that's my sleep clothes. I don't sleep in what I've been wearing, especially in the summer. You get all gross. In the winter too. I mean, if I'm collecting wood, man, it just takes a lot out of you, and having some clothes that you can have, that you can go to sleep in. When you change into these, it's like it tells your body to relax, you know, and it's the best feeling in the world. So getting in your sleeping bag with that stuff, it's the best feeling in the world. And when I went last time, I did take this blanket. This is a 100% merino wool blanket, and I don't remember who makes it. I got it from Amazon, but and it was $50. 100% merino wool. It's a twin size blanket. I learned from a guy on YouTube that he would go into his sleeping bag with a wool blanket. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I went into my 0 degree sleeping bag with this wool blanket, and my lord, was I comfortable. I even pulled down the zip a little bit, and you know, was just chilling. And it was in the teens outside. My stove was off for a while, and man, I was really comfortable. So I don't know if I'm gonna go out again in the winter, you know, when it's like in the teens, and not take the wool blanket. So I really love it. It's heavy. It's 5 pounds, but you know, if you don't have a long hike in, I don't see why you wouldn't take it. One thing you did not see in the Haversack, but you have seen, like you saw in the last video, I used this cook set, was my cook set. And this is going to be in conjunction with the new gear that I got, which is just the canteen set. And this is a 1100 milliliter, you know, bush pot style, you know, little titanium pot. And then in here I have a little titanium spoon, spork. And then here nests a coffee press, which I absolutely love this thing. So this is just a coffee press, which I'll be making videos about all this stuff. I just haven't got to it yet. So this is another titanium product, coffee press. And then in there, when you open it up, I keep a bunch of stuff. So I have some coffee, some tea, some seasonings. And then in here, I have a towel, which this towel is specifically for, you know, taking care of my dishes, washing my stuff, drying my stuff. I have a little sponge, a Bic lighter, which is the third Bic lighter in my kit, if you saw the other stuff. So I have 3 Bic lighters with me at all times. I'm not a survival expert. I don't plan on ever being in a survival situation, but if I am, hopefully I do well. But I don't plan on it. I'm trying to avoid it at all costs, actually. So yeah, that's not my mindset. My mindset is to go out in the woods, you know, recreationally, have fun. But hopefully being out in the woods and spending time in the woods adds to my skill set. I mean, if God forbid I ever have to go through something, but I'm praying that I never have to. I'm not one of the guys that's looking for a survival situation. I'm really not. I like to be comfortable. I like nice things. I like to have a good time out in the woods. And when I take people, I really like to show them that you can go out in the woods and you don't need a lot of stuff. You don't need everything, but you know, you can have a good time. And because a lot of people don't want to go out in the woods. They don't want to go out in the winter. They don't want to go out because they think that they're gonna be so uncomfortable. And to tell you the truth, I mean, I think that's the furthest thing from the truth. I'm super comfortable when I'm out, except last time because of the wind. But that's a whole different story. You know, that was my fault. I didn't really take into account how fast that wind was gonna be blowing. So there's my cook set, which as you can see, the bag, the way the bag is built, and I'm so happy with it. I'm gonna speak about the bag more. We're gonna speak about the straps, everything, but the way the layout of the bag is really the nicest thing I've ever seen because of the size. And in the summer, I truly believe that I probably won't even need the Haversack, or actually I'll probably be able to fit the Haversack in the main compartment, because my down sleeping bag that I use in the summer, it's by Angius or something. I don't even know. It's just a down sleeping bag I use. That thing probably gets as small as this. That thing is tiny. So I'm not gonna need really much. And my Big Agnes tent that I use in the summer is pretty small too. Well, I don't gotta take this out. What am I doing? Just yapping and taking things out. This is my sleeping pad, which you guys have seen. It's a Cabela's Instinct. It's outsourced by Climate. Fantastic sleeping bag. I think the R value is like 5. I don't know, don't quote me on that. But I noticed the difference as soon as I get on top of it. Actually, last time I went out, I was sitting on my cot and my butt was actually cold. I blew this up, put it under my butt, and I literally felt the difference immediately. So this thing is no joke. Permaloft insulation, super nice sleeping pad. So there's that. One thing I don't have in the bag right now is my sleeping bag, which I'm going to strap to the bottom. My sleeping bag is also a Cabela's Instinct, and it's super light and it compacts. It gets pretty small. My winter sleeping bag is a 0 degree Instinct, and the 0 degree is comfort rating. It's not survival rating. It's a really nice bag. And then you guys have seen my my little tent, my Mountain Cattle hot tent. It's a pretty inexpensive tent, but it's been working great. You guys have also seen my cot, my little backpacking cot, and then I try to keep this split up from everything because it's so sooty and gross. But there's the stove. I got everything in there folded up and all nicely. And my pan. So let's move this stuff away a little bit and talk about the bag a little more. So, the bag on the front has an axe sleeve, and the axe sleeve is reinforced with a piece. Get you in here close. The bag is the axe sleeve. I'm covering all the light from this window, but you should be able to see it. Is reinforced with a piece of. It looks like it's the same exact strap as this. So it's pretty much a piece of this in here, so that when your axe is weighing down on that, you don't have to worry about it breaking. Stitching there. Stitching there looks pretty good. Got a little bit coming out, but that's fine. Nothing's coming loose. Just gotta take a pair of scissors to that. Stitching here is really robust on this side as well, as you can see. I hope I'm in focus. Oh yeah. Let me get out of the way of that light though. There you go. Yeah, gotta get out of the way of that light. See, it says Pencott, super nice. The inside, this pocket in the back, and actually back here, there is. Moving the camera around like crazy. There is this. It's just feels like plexiglass, just a piece of hard plastic. You could take this out if you want, and get rid of a little bit of weight. I got my pan and my cutting board. You can use this for a cutting board. I'm not going to though. You could use this if you want to take it out and put it on the ground and kneel on it. Use it for a lot of things, but it's to add structure to the back portion of the pack. The top has this mesh on the brain. Put something in there. Front, you have this rubberized Hidden Woodsman logo here on the front. Let's look at the back. To be honest, this is why I bought the pack. The straps look great. Everything looks great here. There's some pretty generous padding, especially down here. The padding down here is pretty generous. And then you have some panels of padding here. Here on your straps, you do have these, which something I do like about this is that you can put your if you're a camera guy, you can put your Peak Design quick detached camera holder thing here, which I have one of those for this camera, which I haven't been taking this camera when I go out. I usually just use my phone. I pay a lot of money for my iPhone, so iPhone 13, it does well. It's pretty nice, but it's nice to have it if you take out the big cameras. This is compatible with your Peak Design quick attach thingy. Here you have this very robust and generous panel of stitching and big strap. This strap feels good. Everything feels good. The only place the bag fell short is that strap in the front, and it's actually worse than I thought, because as you guys saw in real time when I was messing with the other one, it just came off as well. So all this stuff looks great. I don't have to talk about the clips too much, you know. They're clips. They feel like high quality clips. I like that. I apologize that I'm not as excited about clips as the next guy, but I like this, and I have spoke about this. I think this is a fantastic idea, and it's so simple. It's one of those things that are so simple, but every bag should have them. Like I said on the other video, I usually do zip tie ingenuity to get this done, but you can roll these up to where you want them and do this so you don't have a bunch of straps hanging everywhere, you know. So that's pretty cool. One way I think that this problem would have been fixed, and it actually would have made the bag more what's the word I'm looking for, more versatile, is if the Hidden Woodsman would have put the stitch up here, really be stronger back here, because you got so much real estate back here to play with. So if you had a strap here that went all the way down, and then put maybe a pass through right here that the strap can pass through and connect to the bottom. Now that does two things. It gives you a place that's more robust to attach it, and it gives you the option to put, you know, a bedroll or whatever, you know, your sleeping pad, your sleeping bag, whatever you want on top, because you're already having that strap. So that's, you know, very minuscule things, but that's one thing that I wish the bag had. I wish these straps went from here all the way down. I mean, if you're willing to deal with this, I would recommend the bag, but I mean, you gotta think about it. If you get paid $20 an hour, you're gonna have to work 15 hours to buy this bag. Is that worth it to you? You know, is that worth? That's how I gauge everything. I don't work for an hourly wage, but I tell people to gauge things that way. If you need something that's $20 and you work a job that's $20 an hour, is that product worth an hour of your time? So I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I bought it, I'm gonna keep it, and I'm going to deal with it, and I like it, but it's up to you. I gain nothing if you buy this bag. I gain nothing or lose nothing if you choose to buy this bag or not buy it. But for me, I do like the bag. I'm going to just deal with these things. And am I disappointed in it? Yes. I'm not gonna act like I'm not. Am I mad? No. So thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you love the video, hit the subscribe button. And I just want to say, God bless you. God bless your family. I hope everybody's healthy. I hope everybody's safe. I know in these trying times, things have gotten a little shaky. So if things are a little shaky for you, I pray that you're feeling well. And I pray if you're not feeling well, I pray that you can battle whatever you're dealing with. I pray against depression, anxiety, any sickness that you feel in your body right now, and I pray that goes away in Jesus' name. I have to hit you with that. And that's the video, and I'm out. Love you guys.